We are. I think. Yeah, we should be good. Again, you had it, you want it, you need it, you got it, you live it, you love it. Here we are. Yeah. Philadelphia. Season 2. Season 2. The last thing we did last night was look at the other team's lines, and let's not do that again. But again, this is a reminder of what this team will look like for this second season. We made some changes to make sure we were in line with player role and stuff like that. Deke, I am messing around with owner mode a little bit for the memes. Obviously, I can't abuse staff members as much. At the same time, it was, hey, if you have owner mode on, then you'll have some empty seats when you suck. Not true. We didn't make the playoffs. Those season seats were filled at the end of last year in season 1. But yeah, this is the team. Joel Farabee, Tyson Forster, and Travis Konechny. Claude Giroux is back. We traded him at the deadline. Won a cup with Minnesota. Now he's back. He's with Couturier and Atkinson. Lindblom, Hayes, and James Van Riemsdyk. Jordan Greenway, Morgan Frost, and Wade Allison make up the fourth line. The defense, Travis Sanheim and Ryan Ellis, Ivan Provorov, and Curtis McDermott. That's right, we're running with the enforcer. Big whoop, want to fight about it. Cam York is with Urho, Vakanainen. Goaltenders, Carter Hart and Billy Husso, the worst goaltender of all time. And then he heard me say that and immediately punched me in the dick. Any rules to this? I mean, there are some guidelines. We're not going to call them rules. We have some rough guidelines that we're following, as we did beat Carolina 6-1. Shout out to top line right defender Brennan Manel. But yeah, so we have some general guidelines that we're following, but we haven't gone like full Pittsburgh. We will do that again sometime soon. But considering this was a combination of wanting to get back into playing franchise and double checking, what the status is with the custom rosters. This is going great. Yeah, that's why we didn't want to go too rule heavy. So we are down to Austin Strand. Curtis McDermott on the top pair with Travis Sanheim. Let's get Billy Husso in there as well. Because Carter Hart's lost 2 in a row. Oh, good. Marco Rossi just strained his hamstring in the AHL. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now, huh? I swear to God, I thought that was going to be another injury. We lose again. Let's get Carter Hart back in there. Boy, this team is playing like some hot garbage so far this season. Goodness gracious. Tampa. Beat Tampa 8-5. Of course we did. Edmonton, we lose 3-2. Didn't LA run with McDermott? I mean, I hope they did. Why wouldn't you run with Big Kurt? Lucas Thaler, get out of there. Put Marco Rossi back in. Beautiful. New Jersey. It's a win. The Couve. That's a loss. And Anaheim. You know what? Let's just swap goalies already. Swap them already. We'll give Billy Husso the next 2 games. No point in really checking the standings or stats so early into the season. Connor McLennan is hurt. Of course he is. Let's see, Vegas, as we get multiple players back, which is great. Let's see what we got. So Carter Hart's back in. Brennan Manel is healthy, as is Ryan Ellis. Cool. So Strand will be out for Ellis. And we'll swap Ellis with Big Kurt. For the love of God, Ellis, don't get hurt here. I knew it. You never start someone unless they're 100%. You never start someone unless they are 100% healthy. I knew it was a mistake. I wanted to press my luck. And I got shat upon in record time. Just shat. Ugh. So we are 3-9 to start this season. Good Lord, we do beat Montreal. We'll be without Ryan Ellis for the entirety of this month, essentially. Who is in the lineup that shouldn't be? I think it's Shishko. Get McLennan back in there. New Jersey. Can we get the win? Yes, we can. 2-1 in overtime. Not bad. Was the plan to be bad? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Oh, the Islanders, we lose in a shootout. We'll just play Ville Husso for a couple of games here. What difference does it make? We get another back-to-back coming up anyway. Husso's going on a decent run. Not bad, Ville. Not bad. 7-9-2. Yeah, it's very accurate to the Flyers brand. 930 save percentage for Ville Husso. 909 for Carter Hart. That's why you don't pay goalies in this mode. This is why. Ollie Alexel is hurt. Rangers are 12-2-1. Emil Andre gets hurt. My God, the injuries. The injuries. If we suck, trade clutch, we're back to Minnesota. It's basically the plan, yeah. It's basically the plan. Bedard won't look good in orange. We won't have the luck to win the lottery. Come on now. Play the Rangers again. And this time win 2-1. We're 10-10-2. We've won 7 of our last 10. Final game of November against Pittsburgh. What happened? We lost. Because of course we did. Digging this Final Fantasy bird chirping music, by the way. Big fan. Big fan. All right, let's get Brennan Manel out of there. Ryan Ellis is back, finally. Jesus, we'll see how many games he played. Let's take a look around the league. Let's take a look at the team, so on and so forth. So through 20 games, Penguins atop the division. Carolina and the Rangers are also there. Caps and Devils on a playoff pace. I mean, it's close. Still very close. Just 7 points separate us and Pittsburgh. In the Atlantic, Boston, Florida, and Montreal, the Buffalo Sabres are taking trash to a new level. God damn. Tampa's struggling a little bit out of the gates, too. In the Central, Colorado, Winnipeg, and Arizona, the Blues and Chicago hockey team, both falling a little bit behind. And in the Pacific Division, Anaheim, Vancouver, and Vegas. Nobody's really out of it. Even the Kings on 20 points. They're not that bad. So, still got a long way to go to seeing how things will shake up. Forward-wise, Konechny leading the way. Giroux and Farabee both looking okay. Atkinson on 10 points. JVR on 9. Hayes has 9 points. Forrester, top-line center, only has 7 points, though. And that fourth line, wow, Morgan Frost, Jesus. That fourth line's getting pooped on. Defensively, Sanheim looking okay. Ellis has played 2 games, by the way. And Curtis McDermott has more points than Urho Vakanainen. Goalies, 916 for Hart, 930 for Husso. It is the only reason as to why we are even halfway decent. Artemi Panarin leading the way, 37 points in 19 games. Aho, Ovechkin, Burakovsky, Spanachat, Barkov, Pacioretty, Kreider, and Tkachuk. Top scorers right now. Goal scoring king right now is Aho, who has 21 and 23. We also have Reinhart, Gensel up there. Assist king, Panarin with 25. Huberdeau, 2 goals, 23 assists. 3 and 21 for Mark Stone. Defensively, 32 points for Dougie Hamilton. 30 points for Makar. You got Fox, Pesci, Bouchard, D'Angelo, Letang, Shabbat, Matheson up there. Hamilton has 16 goals. He's shooting 17%. Chikrin on 12. For goalies, the winningest early on is John Gibson. Shutout leader is Fleury with 5 shutouts in 16 games. Save percentage leader. How about that, Canucks fans? How's that make you feel? Fleury, right now, though, for starters, doing very, very well. And for the rookies, 19 points for Xavier Bourgault. LaPierre's up there. Quentin Byfield, Mason McTavish, Shane Wright for your Arizona Coyotes. So, working my way through the Crash and Davos podcast. Episode's great so far. Wheelchair, thank you. I like that. I liked it. It was fun. While I missed having Sin and Endo, it was fun having Davos around for both shows last week, and it was great to have Mr. Crash Andrews. He will not be a stranger on the pod. All right, so screw that +5. Forster is just not in a role that he can handle. We'll bump up Couturier. 20 points for Canadian. That crash burn was nuts. Dude, I eviscerated. Okay, here's an old reference for you youngins. I ethered Crash Andrews on that podcast. Just obliterated him. It was the best. All right. Oh, God. You know, I think we just go for it. We march on. Our team's pretty much our team, at least for the moment. We'll see what the hell this team's going to be this season, because I don't really have the answer. Let's get Cooper Zek out of there for Emile Andre. And Billy Husso. That's not a word. It is a word. Become more cultured, sir. We lose 10-2 to Colorado. Holy shit. And 8-2. It scored us 18-4 over 2 games. And Billy Husso's save percentage dropped from like a 930 to a 900 after 2 games. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I've ever seen that drastic of a drop as Urho Vakanainen fractures his jaw. My God. Well, the good news is we'll never have to play Colorado in a playoff situation, so we got that going for us. Hart still at a 913, which isn't all that bad. Chicago. We win 4-3. Suck it, Rocky, you big piece of shit. Carter Hart. Back in, though. Against the LA Kings. I thought our Christmas break was about to kick in. It was 2-1 in overtime. So, I mean, 14, 15, and 3, it's certainly not ideal. Ottawa. We lose 4-2. We are at the bottom of this division right now. Florida. Vakanainen's healthy, and we do get the win. I was going to take out Hart, but now we don't need to. So Manel, +5, 1 point in 20 games. McDermott's taking so many penalties. That was part of the best cold open in Tougie's Take history. It was never recorded. It's true. Crash, it was. Well, yeah, you're right. That part wasn't recorded.
Here comes the pizza. See it?
Here comes the pizza. And it's Sam Besser.
Highly unnecessary.
Samuel Besser, 31 months on a tier 3. Jesus.
A good piece of pizza.
Marian Hossa. Sammy, thank you. How are you? It is good to see you, as always. I hope you're doing well. As we shut out Montreal, and we shut out Toronto, the fans are booing and throwing jerseys on the ice. So that team's bad heading into January. 17, 16, and 3. Not terrible. We're only 3 points out of the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh and Washington both have points on us. So it's still way too early to see where we're going to be come deadline time. Way too early. This is very, very close. Yeah, the pod was supposed to be up on the YouTube side of things today. I ended up being incredibly busy. So yeah, apologies for that. It should be up tomorrow, though. It will be up tomorrow, I promise. Oh, poor Buffalo. Wow, the Leafs are 12 points back of the Panthers? Jesus. Central Division, Colorado, Arizona, and Winnipeg. Oh no. Oh, Rocky, no. Your team sucks? I could have told you that. Get a new job. Change your name, change your logo. Thank you very much, you big piece of shit. And in the Pacific Division, Anaheim, Vancouver, and Vegas. No one's really out of it. Seattle's kind of bad, though. Claude Giroux is our team leading scorer. Connecting these up there, Couturier, Farabee, Lindblom, Forster with just 18 points on the year, which isn't that bad. Obviously, the team isn't great. Morgan Frost recorded 1 point that entire month. Defensively, Sanheim, Ellis, Provorov. Goaltending's looking a little bit more rough. Yeah, maybe a coaching change. I don't even know what the hell the AI did in terms of filling out our coaching staff. Panarin's still leading the NHL in points. Got Burakovsky now in Anaheim, who's up there. Mika, Rantanen, Pacioretty, McKinnon, Barkov, Ovechkin, and Nikolai Ehlers. Goal-scoring king is Zibanejad now with 27 and 34. Austin Matthews is either injured or has fallen off of a cliff and died. And the answer is he has 18 goals. He's only shooting 10% this year. Defensively, 55 points for Fox. 54 for Hamilton, 50 for McCarr. Good God. Hamilton has 28 goals in 35 games. Outrageous. Goalie-wise, the winningest is Gibby. 8 shutouts for Fleury. And Fleury right now is leading the way for the Vezina. Rookie race, Bourgu is the top option. You got Holtz and Byfield as the top 3 right now in terms of points. Coaching staff. Let's see what we got. Also, I never changed over our scouts. It auto-signed a bunch of scouts for us, though. Like, none of whom are in an interesting spot. Let that be clear. But honestly, I don't really care because it's still like the first year draft or so. We could make Nystrom the head coach just to see what happens. But he's not as good. He's worse on the special teams. Yeah, I think we'll leave McPherson as our head coach. All right. Well, we got at least another month here. Want to keep Farabee there. I still want to play people within their natural position. 17 points for Atkinson. I mean, Konechny has 17 assists, for God's sakes. Could swap Atkinson and JVR. Yeah, let's swap Atkinson and JVR and let's see what happens. But yeah, this fourth line has been abysmal. Frost has gone up to a third line center. Allowed to leave him on the fourth line for now. Yeah, I think we got to be honest with ourselves. Curtis McDermott's not working here. Problem is, I don't know if I have anybody else that works well on that third pairing or second pairing. Pretty much stuck with him. Pretty much stuck with Big Kurt being on the team. Which is brutal. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Toronto. We lost to him 5-1. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Ville Husso, try not to get lit up for 18 goals in your next 2 appearances. He loses 4-0. Right. Great. Lovely. We're all having so much fun here. As it stands, we're leaning towards blowing this up at the deadline. The LA Kings, we lose. The Calgary Flames, we win. Something like that. San Jose, we win again. 2 in a row. Winning streak, baby. Seattle, we win 1-0. Pittsburgh. God, Pittsburgh just owns us. It's ridiculous. Boston. You know, let's give Ville Husso the next 2 games. I mean, we got that back-to-back coming up. Ville, get in here. Is that Carter Hart in 89? Goddamn. 3-2 win for Husso. What about against CBJ? What do we got? 3-1 win. Back-to-back wins for Husso. The second I mention blowing it up, this team starts winning. You like how that works? Chicago hockey team. We win. Fuck you, Rocky. San Jose again. Oscar Lindblom gets hurt in a victory, though. And New Jersey. We win again. 25-20-3. We've won 8 of our last 10. And don't look now, but we're on the rise. So Rubtsov, I'm allowed to kind of play out of position as a depth option. We're going to bump up Greenway just to give that fourth line just a bit of a different look moving forward here. Nashville, 2-1 win. This team's on fire right now. This is ridiculous. Let's put Carter Hart back in there. Vancouver. We're used to 9-game losing streaks, not 9-game winning streaks. We do lose to the Canucks. Final game of January, and we lose to the Habs. All right, wow. How many games do we have in February? All right, it's a normal month. Good. Good. Let's swap goaltenders before I forget. 921 for Carter Hart. It's It's not doing all that bad. Konechny, though, leads the team with 40 points. We'll look at that first. Giroux on 38. I mean, obviously, we have some very talented offensive players, but they are just not showing it this season. Oh, JVR, Atkinson, and Hayes. We need to get rid of them so badly. Defensively, Sanheim doing pretty well. Ellis is doing pretty damn good, too. York is outscoring Provorov, who you have to... I mean, Provorov's only shooting 3.2%. Like, he's just had horrible, horrible luck this year. And hard on a 921. Oh, let's see. Still Artemi Panarin, 79 points in 49 games. Rantanen, Pacioretty, Ovechkin, Burakovsky, Zibanejad, Kucherov, Aho, and Stamkos, the top point getters. For goal scorers, a lot of dudes have hit 30 already. Panarin, Ovi, Pacioretty, Rantanen, Point, McDavid, Zibanejad, Ehlers, Aho, Stamkos, all with 30 goals. Huberdeau, 9 and 43. Defensively, 74 points for Adam Fox. Hamilton has 37 goals. Jesus. He's shooting 15% as a defenseman. Fuck. Makar's crushing it too. Dougie Hamilton leads the NHL in goals, for God's sakes. And again, he's shooting 14%. The next highest for a regular defenseman is 12. And that's Radko Gudas, who's only taken 62 shots. Gibby's still the winningest goaltender. 11 shutouts for Flower. And Flower and Gibson right now in mortal combat. Demko's in the conversation too, but Fleury and Gibson right now leading the way for the Vezina. And Borgo still leading the way for the Calder. Got Byfield, Holtz up there. Jonathan Berggren kind of getting involved a little bit. Sean Dursey as a defenseman. The deadline, I would imagine, is in March. And it is. It is on March 6th. So this is the month for this team to prove themselves here. This is the time. This is absolutely the time. Otherwise, we are going to look at blowing the son of a bitch up. Carolina. Shootout loss. Washington. 3-2 win. Not bad from Ville Husso. We got Carter Hart back in there. Catahat. Man, the Ducks are so good this year, and we beat them in a shootout. Not bad. Not bad at all. Winnipeg. We're in a playoff spot right now, by the way, as we beat the Jets. Bobby Brink gets hurt. The Islanders. 4-1 loss. Coyotes. 2-0 loss. They had like 2 wins in their last 10, so... Right as I say we're in a playoff spot, we tank. This is brutal. Oh, Nashville. A 2-1 overtime win. Bobby Brink is healthy. We get Thaler out of there for Mr. Brink, who is going to be an NHLer next year, as is Marco Rossi. If we sell, there's a lot of young guys who are about to take a big step up. 5-4 loss to the Jets. 6-3 win. What was the first draft pick? Our first pick was a bigman. A bigman indeed. The ultimate bigman. He dominated the Olympics at 18 years old. As we get to the first, 31, 25, and 5, our first draft pick was Mr. Juraj Slafkovsky, who will probably sign next year. So as it stands, I've never dyed my hair. No, and it might happen for that charity stream. We are currently in the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. 5 days out from the deadline. Temptation to go for it is definitely there. New Jersey's atop this division, primarily thanks to Dougie Hamilton. The Islanders suck. So 67 points. In the Atlantic, Ottawa's on 65. So really, right now, it is a 3-horse race. There are 2 wildcard spots. Ottawa in the mix. Ourselves and Pittsburgh. Nobody else is close. We have a phenomenal chance at making the playoffs. A phenomenal chance. Colorado, Winnipeg, Minnesota, the top teams in the Central. And in the Pacific, Anaheim, Vegas, and Edmonton. We have a very good chance of making the playoffs. And the problem is, you make the playoffs in this game and anything can happen. As ridiculous as that is. I mean, Hart's been pretty damn good. We obviously need to get a second pair of right defensemen. Like, we can't run like Curtis McDermott anymore. The penalties are killing us. And him being next to Provorov hasn't really allowed Provorov to gallop as an offensive defenseman, which we know he can be. But we are obviously missing a scoring threat. Like, we just have no scoring whatsoever. Our leading scorer has 43 points in 61 games. Like, we have no offensive bite at all. German Rubtsov had 3 goals in 4 games, though. Jesus Christ, Morgan. How does that make you feel? And again, around the league, Artemi Panarin's still the guy. 86 points in 60 games. Ovi's over 80. Not in age, but in points. Goal scoring 43 now for Ovechkin. Pacioretty, Rantanen, and McDavid have all hit 40 goals. Pasternak's up there. Jason Robertson's up there. Matthews up to 35. So, man, Zibanejad's been on a slump. Hamilton's hit 40 goals. He and Fox both have 83 points. Oh, they're just absolute monsters now. It's insane. It's insanity. 40 goals for Dougie Hamilton. Goalie-wise, Gibson's still the winningest. 11 shutouts for Fleury, 10 for Samsonov in Washington. It's still Fleury and Gibson, but Demko and Carter Hart may be sneaking into the Vezina conversation, while Borgo continues to lead the Calder race. So, tough decisions in terms of what the hell to do with this deadline, because we have a great shot at making the playoffs.